Feature Friday.
The freshest. Alright, so you guys sent this through an email and you did some research and found some really rare footage of Katrina Velarde, 9-year-old
Katrina,
right? Baby Katrina out here singing in Little Big Stars, the Philippines.
She's gonna sing Run to You, I think.
Come on! What 9-year-old does that?
Let's give it a watch, yeah. It is quite sort of grainy footage, like old school, so...
This is rare.
Hope you enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look. Aww.
So they do that in the Philippines.
Yes, they do, Efra. Katrina Velarde.
How she's so resonant at that age.
Not even that. Her demeanor on stage. That girl was born to be on stage. This is...
She could hear a pin drop in that place as well. Apologies for the shit sound. It is just, old footage. And it's just a blessing, the fact that we can
even get to see it. Yeah. She looks the same.
That's so impressive, dude. At 9, and that's what I mean. This is the funny thing about Katrina is that she's never actually been professionally trained in any sense. She's sort of what we call in Venezuela furruco. That's actually the name of an instrument, an instrument of a specific genre called gaita, which is actually what we taught in Venezuela. And the furruco, you literally you rub the shit out of it down. It's like a tube.
It's a stick on top of like a drum, like a traditional drum.
And it sounds like vroom, 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 vroom.
So that's what it does. It works. It works like a bass. Like it would be like a makeshift bass.
Anyways, the whole point of that is the reason why you say that
friction.
That you need friction. You need experience. And the best way to gain experience is by putting yourself under the spotlight, even if you have no formal training and stuff like that. To be fair, that's quite like a modern thing. Like you have to go to some academy or you have to learn how to sing in some place. That's not really true, and Katrina seems to be a great example of that. That always comes to my mind in that sense. It's like, she just learned to sing by singing.
Yes. What is fascinating to me, though, it's the cleanliness of the developed technique. Obviously, years in the making. You learn to pick things up from the people in your surroundings. I mean, we know that she's had mentoring from the greatest in the Philippines, if not in the whole of Asia. So there is a lot of those influences that have refined her own technique. But when you see a 9-year-old with such pureness of the essence itself, like there's no raspiness, the voice is really grounded, there's a calmness to the demeanor, the posture.
I think to a certain extent she's even holding her diaphragm there. She's even trying to give
feel
kinesthetic feedback. I don't know if you guys could see that. Yeah, but
so it's actually quite intriguing, and I stand by my statement that we did in the last previous video where I said that
she's
Katrina
a freak
was
of nature.
I stand by that. That it's correct. How else would you explain this type of behavior on a 9-year-old? The Philippines. anchoring. How? These are things that kids don't figure these things out.
So pull it back to the bit where she genuinely anchors. She because that's like a conscious choice. You don't really you wouldn't really naturally do that. Matter of fact, I think you would naturally not anchor. You would naturally lean and all that shit, right? You always mentioned.
Here's the thing. There's natural impulses that your body wants to do when it's under pressure. When there's a lot, naturally you lean forward. You tilt the chin forward. There's a lot of pressure that you put in the front of your larynx.
Transing pangarap ko ang ibigin ka.
Like this.
You'll naturally go like that.
So yeah, but it's a natural impulse because the body tells you, okay, you're reaching forward. So what else can I do?
That's okay.
What else can you do to aid that process, right? Physically, your body will adjust.
Yep.
So what's difficult is seeing a 9-year-old finding this position right here, where it's anchoring from underneath her armpits, like the whole of her
so
back.
You can keep talking, and maybe.
The whole of her back is. Look at that! Even the way that she's breathing, man. She breathes up here, and then she expands the latissimus dorsum. Yeah, so they're actually working to find that anchor, and then she finds it with this. Who the hell was she modeling? Like, not even Celine Dion did that on stage. Why? Because there is this element that to performance, right? But look at that. Look at this position here. Also, when you use your arms to open the chest, you're also reaching down to find resonance in the chest too. But how can you feel it? So you expand, you open up the solar plexus here, and you create perfect airflow with lengthening the back of your neck, and then you open this in this position right here just to, dude, this is advanced stuff. And she just
she just continues to do it, go on and on and on and on. I mean, it's so intriguing as well because
her posture is immaculate.
It is also one of those environments where you think nervousness would definitely play a part, and
but she is in.
That's the interesting bit there for me. There, she that's a genuine choice to sort of lean back, anchor, find grounding, and try and exert.
You're holding. She was holding the microphone, so there's tension under your arms here,
your triceps.
And then nice. There's tension under your triceps, and you're holding this, and you could very easily in this environment, especially when you're belting, you could very easily just pull the elbows down because that helps you anchor the back. But she chose the harder path, which is actually lifting and opening up in the chest to give a bit more theatrics. Yes.
Very impressive. I do have to say it would be quite interesting to do maybe like a podcast, like looking back, if we're able to gather enough sort of unseen footage and like rare footage of these young girls and guys. That would be quite a fun podcast to do. But let us know what you guys thought about it. And
I could talk about this for hours.
Very impressive.
This is wild.